Australia we celebrate Christmas as a religious holiday, but for most it is now a commercial holiday with no real religious significance. Jesus has been replaced by Santa. We all think of Santa as the jolly fat man that comes down the chimney and leaves us presents. The worst he does to us Aussies is eat our bickies and drink our beer. But in other countries, Santa has helpers who aren't nice little elves making toys. In Iceland, the Yule men are goblins that begin appearing 12 days before Christmas and stealing meat, sausages, milk and candles. In Greece they have the Kalik at Serol, a group of hairy trolls that play pranks on humans and befoul food. France has Pierre Fouettard, or Whipping Father, a man who is depicted as a murderous, terrorizing figure with a blackened face and a whip in hand. One legend says he killed 3 children, cut them up and cooked them in a stew. Saint Nick happened upon the scene and resurrected the children, after which Pierre Fouettard repented and became Saint Nick's companion. Another legend concerning this helper is that he was a tanner that was bound in chains and carried a whip to punish bad children. In this version he doled out punishments to bad children such as public floggings and cutting the tongues out of children who lie. It is also rumoured that the picture on the cover of Led Zeppelin's album 4 is La Pierre Fouettard. Black Peter originates from Spain. He was originally believed to be a demon enslaved by Santa. He is said to be a mischievous fellow who puts bad children in his sack and takes them back to Spain to work in Santa's workshop. He looks somewhat like Nightcrawler from the X-Men. Covered in fur, wearing a mask with a long tongue, Belsnickel originated in Germany. He comes to children on December 6th, the feast day of St. Nicholas. Good children will receive socks or shoes filled with candy on this day. Bad children will receive coal or switches for the parents to beat the child with. However, the bad child has a chance to redeem itself by reciting poetry or singing for Belsnickel. But if a child were deemed unredeemable, he would stuff them in a sack and take them away to places unknown. The Krampus comes out of Austria and Hungary. He is said to accompany Santa on Christmas Eve, warning and punishing the bad children of the world, a direct contrast to Santa who gives presents. The word Krampus comes from a German word for claws. He is usually represented as an incubus-type demon with large horns and a large tongue. Traditionally, young men dress up as him in the first 2 weeks of December, but on the 5th of December they roam the streets carrying chains and bells, scaring younger children into doing the right thing. In rural areas, the tradition includes birching, the whipping of young children with a birch rod. He is often depicted with a basket on his back, which he uses to carry the unruly young children off to hell. Another German companion of Santa, Nietzsche Rupert, who appears on Christmas Eve, has a long beard, wears fur or is covered in pea straw. Rupert is another word for the devil. Much like the other traditions in Germany, he is a dark figure that plays against Santa's light. It is thought he can also represent Saint Rupert, but the connections are vague at most. More recently, we have had Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas, which is starting to appear as Christmas decorations online. In Celtic times, December marked the time of the fire festival, the winter solstice. Alban Arthuan, better known as Yuletime season, is a time of death and rebirth of nature and souls. The old sun is said to die on December 21st at dawn, and the new sun is said to rise on the dawn of the 22nd, bringing with it a rejuvenation of the earth and cleansing to the spirit of the living and the souls of the dead. Samhain, which we celebrate as Halloween, is said to be the most haunting time of the year, but Yuletime is the second most haunting time. The Yuletime begins on December 6th through to December 20th. The haunting is not the same as during Samhain, where the dead walk amongst us. Instead, the spirits are connected much more closely to the person they appear to, so one can expect visits from soulmates, ancestors, spirit guides, or relatives. This concludes our brief look at paranormal beings and Christmas. Eidolon Paranormal would like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.